Former President Goodluck Jonathan says stable government is the best way of attracting development to Africa. He also added that Liberia is becoming a model of democracy in Africa and beyond, having attained political stability. Looking at the political history of Liberia, the country has passed through challenges. They conducted elections and the outgoing president stayed for the complete 2 terms, and this president is about handing over to another elected president. That shows that Liberia is now politically stable to be a good example of democracy. Democracy is being institutionalized in Liberia. It will help the country because it shows that the country is stable and it will attract foreign direct investors. And for Africa, especially in the West African sub-region, it is a great achievement. When I was in office, we tried to make sure that we stabilized democracy across the ECOWAS states because the issue of all kinds of unconstitutional government, we see that it is over in ECOWAS and Africa. The Liberian situation will help us so much because it is another clear case of a country that has moved from some illegitimate government and crisis to an established and stable democracy. This transition is critical because if we succeed, if Liberia succeeds, West Africa has succeeded, Africa has succeeded. Liberian voters have chosen a successor to outgoing President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, whose 12-year tenure as Africa's first elected female head of state ends in January. Results of the delayed runoff election, due to be announced in 3 days, will determine who becomes the next president between ex-football superstar, Sen. George Weah and incumbent Vice President Joseph Boakai.